Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Shear. Hello, Jason Shear. How are you doing today?
Splendid, Michael. Thank you.
Ben one white. Back to K, baby. Good job, Mr. Cello. All right, we got a lot to get to this show. First of all, I've been logged out of Wildcat Authority now. Maybe that was by design. I do not know. Shear, this is very frustrating. This has happened to me like twice in the last 3 months, and I know I'm not the only one. Fix it.
Did you email who I told you to?
Yeah, and they said, yeah, it's a problem all around. I don't understand why this is a problem.
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, it's very, very annoying. And no, we weren't always late, Frank Perez. We were at 10:30. Nice try. All right, we got a lot to get to this show. We are going to talk about the transfer portal. We are going to talk about Arizona's small forward situation. Some guys that could maybe get a waiver. The MNFL draft. Where T-Mac is going to go, a little bit of baseball and softball, big men recruiting. But first, Shear, what I said, yes, Prim, thank you. Shear, how do we do this?
What?
24/7, how do we get an app? How do we get the folks at 24/7 to understand they need an app? How do we do this?
I don't know.
All right, well, that's not helpful. All right. Anyways, Shear, let's get to Arizona basketball. Let's talk about the portal. I predicted Desmond Claude would enter the transfer portal. Desmond Claude has entered the transfer portal. My guy.
Your guy, Desmond Claude.
Yay. Yeah. So
you're calling it Desmond Claude to Arizona. You're telling people right now.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Cello. No, I am not calling that, but I did. My first part of my prediction was right, that he was going to enter the portal. Now, would you take somebody like Desmond Claude, or do you think that Arizona can do better?
I would take him. I don't think he'll come to Arizona, but I would take him.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, there's a lot of different guys that we're going to look at, but we also need to talk briefly about Conrad Martinez and Dylan. I almost said Dylan Martinez. Conrad Martinez and Dylan Anderson. Did Conrad commit to High Point yet?
Not yet, but I assume that's coming very soon.
It's yes. All right. So now Dylan Anderson at Murray State. What do we think about Murray State for Dylan Anderson? This is Dylan's last stand.
I think they've added a few pretty solid players. It's a good level for him. He's well rested. After that debilitating injury last year.
Yeah, I mean, that was the problem, that it was such a debilitating injury that
unknown, undisclosed injury.
It's one of those Anthony Davis injuries where that the guy's seriously hurt and you can't actually diagnose it or anything. It's just man, we got to, hopefully this guy goes through.
Yeah, but it's tough.
Dylan to Murray State, and Murray State, keep in mind, Murray State has produced Ja Morant. So
are you saying Dylan is the next Ja Morant?
You said that, not me. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's just like the last stand, right? If Dylan doesn't play well next year, it's just not in the cards.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, now I want to go by small forwards that are in the portal, and that I pulled this off at 24/7, not the app. But all right, so Shear, I'm being very funny this morning. Oh, campaign, yeah, good call. All right, so I'm going to go here are the top 10 small forwards that they have in the portal, and tell me. Let's go by what you think. All right. First, Kennard Davis. He is no Kennard.
Yeah.
Yes. 16 points per game. He made 61 3-pointers. Spacers would love this kid.
He's not bad. I don't know where he's going. I just read something about him. But he hasn't declared for the draft, has he?
No, but he's in the portal.
Well, clearly Arizona doesn't like him.
Well,
I'm not shooting anyone in the portal.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. All right. Dylan Mitchell. Now he's going to St. John's. St. John's,
not a small forward.
I know, but they got him. You got him listed as a small forward.
I don't know. Maybe he was in high school, but he ain't now.
Yeah, I know. I would agree with that. That would be very, very nice. Or that's a very nice pickup for Rick Pitino. They're going to be really good next year.
I'm not a big fan of him.
Yeah, he'll be fine for Rick Pitino. Now, Cedric Coward, small forward, wing for shooting guard from Washington State.
Yeah, he's good. He's got injury issues that you would worry about. He's good. He's going to Duke or Alabama.
Alabama, yes. This is an interesting guy, and this is for all the mid-major people that say, or all the people that say that mid-majors can't play. This guy started out at some place called Willamette University, wherever the hell that is, to Eastern Washington, to Washington State. Boom, take that. All right, now, Darian Reed.
No, not a fan of him.
Number 31 overall player, North Carolina. All right, fine. We will move on. Chad Baker, Missouri. This is a fascinating one for me.
Don't want him anywhere near my roster.
All right. So would you rather start ADO?
Almost, yeah.
All right.
He's actually not bad, but he has a buyout, which is why you haven't heard anything about him. And B, he's obviously not he's not all there, supposedly.
Well, I mean, he was all there enough to be able to do some things. I don't know. We'll see. All right. All the available small forwards want $3+ million. By the way, TJ Van Martyr, he is going to be on there. Our great friend TJ, he is going to be on the fan segment tomorrow. TJ, DM Cody James Martin on Twitter, or if you could, so that you guys can get that test all set up and all of that. All right. So Baker, Missouri, though, let's be honest here. If Arizona could get him, we'd be okay with that.
I mean, they could do worse.
He was a starter on a team that was ranked number 1 the whole year.
They could do worse. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, yeah. All right, now H. Fuchs says Mike manifested Claude to the yeah, I did. I don't like to brag. All right, Jameer Watkins. Now there is a and N-Dogger, my guy was going at him a little bit. And D'Artagnan, much smarter person than me, but we need to stop with some stuff that's going on around here. D'Artagnan is saying that what is it, Will Davis or whatever his name is better than
Tyler Harris.
Yeah, Tyler Harris is better than Jameer Watkins. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Jameer Watkins is good. I mean, I know that's, he's his usage on FSU is crazy. So you wonder if he'd want similar usage because it was like crazy high, but he draws fouls at a very, very high rate. He's not a good 3-point shooter. He shot 32% this past season, but he's good. You take him any day of the week.
Yes. Now I would imagine the Spacers would be up in arms about him, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
The Spacers would not like him. Listen, if you could get an All-American type player, but he can't shoot up to 40%, you don't want it. You don't want it. All right. Darian Williams, he's a power forward. RJ Luis, we need to answer this one last and for all. Nobody wants RJ Luis. There's a reason.
We don't know that reason.
We don't know that reason, but we know there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we know that there is there is clearly a reason for that. PJ Haggerty, if you want to come play small forward at the U of A, we are more than welcome to bring you on. We are more than welcome. Now, let me ask you about a couple other guys here that I think are kind of interesting here in the grand scheme of things. Malik Thomas, if he gets a waiver, do you like Malik Thomas?
I have concerns about him. We discussed it yesterday. I'm not a big fan of the guys that don't do well at a high major, go to a low major, do well, and then bounce back. I don't. I'd have to look it up, but I feel like there's not a lot of history of those guys doing well once they bounce back. Like he was at USC, did nothing, and all of a sudden he's a great player at San Francisco. What makes us think that he would be a great player at Arizona?
Yeah, that's a good point. I still think I would take him though. You wouldn't?
I would. I mean, I'll take him, but I'd be very
Tyler Davis.
Tyler Harris? I'd rather have Harris.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fine. Okay, now, so let's talk a little bit about the small forward spot on this roster, because I know that that's driving a lot of people batty right now. But first, let's pay a couple bills. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. Comfort X HVAC, my friends. All right, Comfort X HVAC. Sure, it's very hot outside. Did you know this?
It is hot.
It's very, very hot. You do not want that. Free routine maintenance for your first-time clients at Comfort X HVAC. Check it out. Perfect track record, residential and commercial HVAC expertise at affordable rates. And again, perfect track record. Here's the other deal, too. Use code Wildcats for 10% off. That puts Tony Gimino used them and saved over $2,000. Do it. Yummy. Check it out right now. All right, Cody, what else? All right. Now, there's guys in the portal that we're going to endorse. There's going to be guys in the portal that we'd recommend. We won't do that with Andre.
No, can't do it.
Nope, can't do it under any circumstances. We'll not endorse Andre Veras, but we would highly recommend you go to give Andre a call at 520-325-3456 and reference the AZ12 podcast for a complimentary initial meeting. Longview Insurance and Investments. Again, we will not endorse him, but we will highly recommend him. Check it out, Longview Insurance and Investments. Okay, Dick Wilson, if you can get RJ Luis cheap, shouldn't you take the chance? No. Listen,
why not?
Here's where I'm at with this. If Rick Pitino benches you and doesn't want you back, I don't want you anyways.
Well, I mean, okay.
I think you agree with me. Right? I don't think you agree with me.
I mean, cheap, sure, why not?
All right, yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, now all the people now on your board are very concerned about Arizona's offense again next year. Here's my take on Arizona's offense. I worry more about the defense than I do the offense. I think we should be at this. I think we should be at the stage now where with Tommy Lloyd's offense, he's probably going to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't worry about the offense. I actually, my concern is the complete opposite.
Right.
My concern is the defense next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think offensively, I mean, I understand Caleb Love is gone, but I think they'll have more scoring at the 4 and the 5 probably combined at least.
Yeah, and again, like last year, I mean, we had all these people like AJTO that were saying that they were never going to be able to score the ball. Any of that stuff, they ended up leading the conference in scoring. Now, ESPN has put out their rankings, and of course, they get it wrong.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're wrong for like most teams. It's like they spend no time whatsoever on those projected starting lines.
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, now listen. Even I would side with the Spacers on this one. A front court of Koa Peat, Tobe Awaka, and Mo Krivas.
Yeah, I've seen this on the Arizona Facebook group for men's basketball. Not nearly as good as the women's.
No, it's not. You know, it's funny. There's like 5 times the members, and it's not nearly as fun.
But for some reason, there's a contingent of people that think Koa Peat's a 3.
Yeah.
He's not a 3 in any way, shape, or form.
Well, you're not a huge I mean, we can, now that he's signed, we can be honest with you. Brogan and I were talking about, you're not a huge Koa guy.
I've never said that. I said Koa's not a elite athlete or an elite shooter. I never said he's not good. He's not. You think he's an elite athlete?
You said that when we were at the you said last year that you're like, I don't know that this is a top 10 player. You did say that.
At the time, he it was close.
Has he got?
What is he now?
What, like 6?
Yeah, he didn't play. Oh, I just got tagged in a portal post. Who do we think it is?
Oh no, this is good. Who do we got?
Oh no, it's a visitor portal.
All right. Well, either way, I like Koa Peat, but Koa Peat is not going to play small forward at the University of Arizona. That would not be a good lineup. Although Sean Miller would have loved that front court. Koa Peat, Tobe Awaka, and Mo Krivas.
Why? What?
Because Miller would always do that stuff where he would get 3 guys, like when he would have Tarzuski, Ashley, and Gordon.
Yeah, what was wrong with that? Best defense in the country.
The Spacers didn't care about that then.
Because they had the best defense in the country.
They couldn't score when it mattered.
I don't. Best defense in the country.
Okay, but you couldn't score when it mattered.
Okay, so who should they have put in?
I'm just saying. How come everybody wasn't complaining about that roster construction back then?
Because they were making the Elite 8.
Oh, okay. All right. So the Elite. Yeah, you make the Elite. All right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right.
Like 34 and 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but still couldn't beat a team full of white guys that could shoot the ball. That's all I'm saying.
Who won the national title?
What's that?
Who wound up winning a national title in that span?
Wisconsin didn't win the national title.
Or made the Final Four in that span or whatever. They were good.
Because they beat Arizona in the Elite 8.
Yeah. You already had multiple NBA guys on their team.
On Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you got those guys, well, listen, like I said, I think Tommy would have done a better job because I think he would have pushed the. Yeah,
I don't know. You're just hating on Sean Miller for
absolutely. No. I'm just saying that
you're hating on him for making an Elite 8.
No. I'm saying the people that are concerned about the spacing never said anything about that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Are we forgetting about Ashley's foot in 14? Yeah, he broke it. So I don't know what else to say on that one. All right. Now, ADO. Now Cody believes that ADO is going to start, and Cody is I'm correct. I'm not. Although I do think that Miller has done I do think that Miller has done a much better job and has rehabilitated himself. How about that?
I want to clarify this. ADO will start if Carter does not come back.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this here. ADO in the starting lineup. I do not believe that ADO will start at Arizona. Sheer, you're starting to believe that ADO will start at Arizona.
I think there's an outside possibility.
Okay.
I really do. Do I find it likely? No, but I do think there's an outside possibility.
Fully healthy is Dwayne Aristod or ADO?
Starting?
Yeah.
I think ADO would probably start.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Otherwise, you're starting 3 freshmen.
Oh, hey, look. Oh, hey, look at this. Look at this. Prim. Oh, we got our first Gen Z reactionary take. I love it. ADO starts next season, and I want Tommy gone. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Sheer, do you go that far?
No.
Okay. No. ADO needs to buff out. I think ADO is going to get buffed this summer. I got a feeling he's going to get buffed. He's going to become like one of those guys that uses like his, like his body and everything. All right. I like ADO. I'm going to disagree, though. I think if Dwayne Aristod is fully healthy and it's just those two, which I don't believe, I think the Dwayne Aristod will be the starter. That is this is good. Dick Wilson, Tommy, let's see here. Eric Paz, Tommy brings in a top 2 class and Prim wants him gone. It's that's interesting right here. Did I miss the Steve Robinson replacement? I think it's going to be announced May 1st. There's your little insight into something. Now, also, I wanted to talk a little bit about recruiting in California. Sheer, we are going to be up at the EYBL. This is true.
We are. Yes. I'll be there.
Right. No, I don't believe that ADO is going to start. So there is no ADO pivot on my part. I will be up there. I'm actually getting up there Friday because some of us are actually boots on the ground. They just don't come when it looks good. I will be there Friday as well. Staying in, they are hedging on ADO. I'm not hedging on ADO. Boom, say that. All right. Tommy Lloyd clearly has done, and I don't think he's gotten enough respect from some of the folks like Prim or some of the Gen Zers that are complaining about Tommy's recruiting. 3 straight years, Tommy has picked out of California the one player that he wanted out of California. No, I'm not getting an ADO hedge, period, point blank. I do not believe he will start next year. Boom. All right. But Sheer, whether it was obviously Kylan Boswell didn't work out, but Carter L. Bryant was good. Braden Burries is good. There is a loaded 2026 class in California that I think Tommy's going to do fairly well on as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you were right there criticizing his high school recruiting too.
No, I get it. But I was also but I also was very clear. I said, let's see how this plays out. I would still offer more kids. Yes. But I would still offer more kids. But this whole idea, though, that Tommy gets bullied on NIL and all that stuff, I think he kind of disproved that. I think he's kind of disproved that.
There's no such thing as getting bullied on NIL. I mean, Tommy doesn't pay these kids. NIL does.
Right. I never understood that. So yes, but at the end of the day, I'm also willing to call a spade. And no, I'm not. We're not accepting that, Joseph. But I'm willing to call a spade though on this and say that guess what? It worked. He got the exact recruiting class that he wanted this past year. So I don't know how
his strategy absolutely worked. I don't know how anyone would be upset about his strategy this year. Clearly, Arizona has the second best recruiting class in the nation. Obviously, it worked.
Oh, real quick. And I saw this in the comments. Let's get 2 reads in here. I got to address something.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got to be very careful.
I don't know what you read, but you were very upset.
We got to be very careful because I've had 2 people reach out. Oh, Sheer, I can't see you.
Wow. I'm glad I can't see the anger.
Sheer, where did you go?
There you are. Wow.
Oh, holy moly. Oh, gosh. AccuView. Oh my gosh, Arizona Primary Eye Care. They are now producing. Oh my gosh, Arizona AccuView now is offering $400 towards contacts, $150 for disposable. I have my appointment set up. Sheer, do you have your appointment set up?
No, I need to. I need to call and do it.
Yeah, all right. Yes, you should do this. Yes. Now, Cheryl is great. Same day urgent visits. Hey, look at these Tom Ford glasses, baby. And guess what? They're getting me another pair so I can mix it up as well, so I can look cool like Prim and the Gen Zers. Sheer, do you think Gen Zers wear Gen Zers wear Tom Fords? Are they aware of it?
No, there's no way they know who Tom Ford is.
Yeah, they don't know. I didn't know who he was either, but I look good. Okay, now check it out, though. Either way, 4 locations for routine exams. Boom, boom, boom. All right, thank me later. Okay, now, let's see. All right, Baggins. Now, Prim's upset. Prim, order yourself Baggins.
Calm down, Prim. Order Baggins and relax.
And Prim, we love you. We love you. Get Baggins, though, my friend. Even if you're in Columbus or wherever you are, get Columbus. And now, Danny Martin, go get Baggins as well. Yummy, yummy. All right, I might get the Anasazi, or not the Anasazi, the Albuquerque turkey. Very, very good. Yeah, and chocolate chip cookie with sandwich. Sheer, you need to go there today. Hey, somebody real time this today. We haven't had any real times lately.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, tag me. Hey, I used AZ12 promo code at Baggins yesterday. Very, very excited. Thank you very much. Check it out. Use code AZ12 for 50. All right. I got to dispel some bunk going out here that I've had actually 3 people DM me about. Rage doesn't know anything. We like Rage. We like Rage. We would never do anything to offend Rage. Sure, we would agree that we do not want to ever.
I'm not. Yes.
Okay. He doesn't know anything, so stop DMing me sending me tweets from Rage. Rage said that Peat was not coming here. Move on. Came here. Said that Braden Burries wasn't coming here. Came here. Moved on. Now he's saying Carter L. Bryant will not be back. Maybe he's right, but don't listen to Rage. He doesn't know anything. Stop.
I will not take part in this Rage slander.
Yes, now exactly. All right, now let's see here. Prim is worried that Tommy should have just spent the 1.2 on the portal and let Carter do whatever. They will spend that money. They will be adding.
Yeah, that's not the argument though.
Right. Yeah.
The argument is, and it's a fair argument, that basically Arizona should have said to Carter, "Pooper, get off the pot," and then try to do this earlier and address the issue earlier.
Is that what Sheer would have done?
No.
Wow.
It's hard.
Right. Yes. All right. So yes, we can't. Can we slant? Did you see Rage yesterday offered $1,000 to each person in the chat if Rage returns?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Prim did say it would go unused. I don't believe that it would go unused. So either way. That's a fascinating one to see. Well, I guess like I said, we'll see how it plays out. But Sheer, just so everybody out there knows, Sheer, you literally said that you would do things the exact same way that Tommy's handled it with Carter.
Yes. Yeah, but it's tough. It absolutely is tough. To me, bringing back Carter is worth it, but it is obviously difficult if Carter stays in the NBA draft. You have decisions to make, and I will say I do not like the names at the small forward in the portal. What?
I just wanted to stop and just see what you would say. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Now, are we okay with the invested with Andre Veras for next year? I think that's actually a really good idea. Now, Sheer, let's talk about the big men up front. I'm fine with the big men. Listen, I know they're going to probably average or bring in a project. We have an idea. We will not tell you. But we have an idea. And
we'll discuss that. You just brought up. We do believe that Arizona will bring in a let's call him a developmental big.
Yeah, but I liked what I saw from it. I liked it.
Be careful here, Mike. People know about you. They know if they ask you enough, you give enough hints.
No.
That's the thing you do. But we'll just leave it at that. He is a developmental big man, So right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the big man, I'm totally fine with Arizona's big men, to be honest with you, for next year. You've already got Mo, you got Tobe, you've got Koa, and Aristod's big enough that he can obviously play there as well. I'm fine with Arizona's bigs. You want to add?
I would have liked to stretch big. It would have been neat to me to have it. It would have been a nice piece to have.
Right.
But you're talking about a third big off the bench. He's willing to play lesser minutes.
Can we talk about something that I don't think a lot of people are getting? And every team in the country next year is going to be flawed. There's not going to be a perfect team. I don't understand what
you were literally just texting me how St. John's has a perfect team.
Yeah, they still don't have a point guard. That's my only problem. But other than that, they're perfect. And Rick Pitino is perfect.
See, so there you go.
Yeah. But no, they don't really have, but that's what I'm saying though. No team out there is perfect. There isn't a UConn where it looks like they're going to beat every team by 8,000 points.
No.
Right. Let's see here. No, Dick Wilson, buzz off.
We're not telling you international or domestic. You got what you got.
Yeah, St. John's and BYU are the two best teams in the country. Hey,
nope.
Would you have that on your bingo card?
Oh, look at you!
Last year,
they're not the two best teams in the country, but
yeah. Well, they're going to be in the top 5.
Maybe you want your updated college basketball national championship odds?
Yeah, talk to me. What do we got? Talk to me. Oh my gosh, we have breaking news.
Conrad
to St. John's,
dude. You would look so stupid if that happened.
Wouldn't that be great?
Conrad at whatchamacallit is actually really good. The national, you're gonna like this. You ready for this? Your national championship favorite. You want to guess?
For next year.
As of now, updated today. Or yeah.
Is it Houston?
Close. They're second.
BYU.
Nope. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. It's when you think about it, it'll make sense.
Duke.
Nope. Duke is 3rd.
When I think about it, it will make sense.
Think really good returning players.
Really good returning.
Meisner wins the award.
Oh, Purdue. Oh, yeah. I don't buy it.
Purdue.
Too many white guys.
Purdue, Houston, Duke, UConn, BYU is your top 5.
Interesting.
St. John's is 7. Arizona is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th.
Okay. Hey, what's Illinois?
Let me scroll down.
Page.
Arizona's plus 2,500. Illinois is plus 7,000.
Okay, what number is that? What number is that?
Oh my God, you're really gonna make me count?
Yeah, make it count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There,
7, 8,
26.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Okay, yeah, 26. I claim victory. All right.
Between Texas and
where's Texas Tech? Where's Texas Tech?
Same as Arizona. 2,500.
Okay, I like that. Have you looked at those Illinois that Illinois roster? Trust me, I look at the Illinois roster every single day. They've added some like 24-year-old Croatian.
Here's the thing. Someone actually brought up this point to us last night. They're very smart. A lot of times these Euro players get hyped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, this new guy they got, 22-year-old point guard. And then you say to yourself, he's a 22-year-old point guard. And he's not declaring for the NBA. He's going to college. Yeah. How good could he be?
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? That person we were talking to mocked me with that question yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I asked him.
You asked them, and that was the response. They mocked you.
I asked him, I said, hey, is this an MNBA prospect? And then he responded back and he goes, well, being that he's 22 years old, and
he basically called you stupid.
He called me an idiot. We have another bet going. We have another lunch bet going on. I'm excited. Okay, now what are the latest Big 12? Is UConn still a possibility for B-ball only? I don't know. I don't know. Shear's the expansion rumor guy.
I think that whole thing is taking a back seat.
Yeah. Okay, but either way, I'm a little out on Houston right now. I think Houston's going to be really good. I'm a little out on them though.
Why?
If they get Uzon back, I'm back in.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Not really, but okay.
I don't like Pop Williams or not Pop Williams. Pop Williams. I don't like Pop Isaacs.
How do you not like Pop Isaacs?
Because everybody that is ask any fan base, none of them like him.
I don't care if they like him. You don't think Sampson, out of all people, could get the best out of him?
Well, McDermott's a pretty darn good coach.
He averaged 16 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists.
I get it, but when McDermott and his whole staff are like, "Shoo, get the heck out of here," McDermott's a fair.
Look, anytime a racist doesn't like you, you got to get. McDermott's racist. That's the running joke.
McDermott's racist?
You haven't heard the big story?
Oh, I heard the story. I don't want Pop Isaacs, so you can have him.
Popeye. I don't want Popeyes.
Popeye, you like Popeyes. Popeye, yeah, Utah is leaving to dominate the Big Ten. Where did the Utah Big Ten rumors come from?
They think they're just better.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
I'm way more BYU. Yes. Why is Skier ignoring the 36% career field goal percentage? Oh,
All right. I have a very good counter argument.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna win very easily on this.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Milos Uzon shot 39% at Oklahoma, and then went to Houston and did not shoot 39%. Eventually, you got to trust the coaching. It comes down to this. There are certain coaches where if they take a player, I trust them. If Kelvin Sampson thinks that Pop Isaacs is good, and if Uzon comes back, Pop Isaacs is your backup point guard.
Now let me ask you this. Do we think Doug McDermott's a pretty darn good coach? We would agree.
I don't know. He's never coached before.
Doug McDermott's never coached?
I love how bad you are with names. Greg McDermott, Mike.
Greg McDermott, whatever. I was about to say Scott McDermott next. Greg McDermott's a pretty darn good coach. We could agree on that.
Yeah. Brogan, I don't understand your argument. I don't trust Tommy. Who said that? What does that have to do with anything?
When bringing in players, because remember, you were huge against bringing in Caleb Love, and it turned out to be okay.
Yeah. When have I ever not trusted Tommy on bringing in players? I don't get it.
Because we're talking about the small forward position and about how Tommy generally has done pretty well in the portal.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the portal that's that good. Obviously, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're going to be wrong. I think you're going to. Yeah, Brogan, keep it coming. But for sure, here's where you hate every low field goal percentage.
I love Caleb Love, so that's Brogan's wrong. Just ignore him at this point.
All right. You didn't like Caleb Love for the longest of times, though. So
I didn't like Caleb Love for like 10 minutes.
Sorry, Sheer. No on Pop Isaacs. We agree. All right. Either way, I don't like Pop Isaacs. There's something going on.
What else don't you like about Houston?
I agree with Brogan. I worry about their scoring. You look at LJ Cryer. I mean, last year, LJ Cryer was your best scorer, averaged 16 a game. You lose him. You lose. Okay. Let's say you lose for this argument. Let's say you lose Uzon as well. You're replacing him with a loser in Pop Isaacs.
Okay. And still averages 16 points, but we can ignore it for that.
Okay, yeah, on 35% shooting or whatever. But yeah, and who else? Where are you getting your buckets? Again, I was in on Houston, and I don't like giving Brogan credit. You know this.
Isaiah Harwell's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Sinak is pretty damn good.
Yeah, but he'll be 10-6. He's fine. He replaces Juwan Roberts. He's 10-6.
Why is Chris Sinak 10-6 and Koa Peat 15-8?
Because one team tries to score the ball and the other doesn't.
And which team goes further in the tournament?
Probably Houston.
Right. No, so I don't understand why we're talking.
No, not on my watch. I rescind that right now. I think Arizona is going to be better than Houston this year.
Okay.
But again, that's my problem though. Where is Houston? Where are Houston?
They brought back Sharp.
Okay, he's cool, but he can't dribble.
They brought back multiple. Nas Cunningham just committed to our boy Josh Pastner, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I was told by somebody he was a lock for Kentucky. Interesting. I believe Arizona's going to be better than Houston. There, I said it. But again, where's the scoring coming from? That's my question.
I mean, where'd it come from this year? Their bread and butter is never going to be offense. I get it,
but sooner or later you got to be able to score more than 32 points.
They have Kingston Flemings, Pop Isaacs, Emmanuel Sharp, Tugler, Sinak. They could bring back Uzin. I don't think their offense is going to be that big of a deal.
If they bring back Uzin, I feel a lot better about it. But if they don't, like I said, I'm standing on principle right here. Let's see. And let's be clear. The argument is Houston isn't top 5, but they don't suck. I agree. I think Houston is more like 9.
I just don't understand why you're not talking about everything else.
Like
you don't watch Houston and go, "My God, they're so good offensively."
I get it, but I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, you also saw at the end of the game against Florida when they all just kind of wet themselves and they had nobody that could score the ball.
What game was that?
The national championship game.
All right.
All I'm saying is that I think they're going to be closer to about 8 than 2. That's all. I'm standing.
You think Arizona is better than Houston? So, who else do you think is better than Houston in the Big 12?
I think it's Arizona.
You think Arizona has the best team in the Big 12?
No, I don't. Right now, I think BYU does. I think BYU, then I'm going to go Arizona, then Houston.
So you're going Houston over...
No, and Tech's the whole wild card in all of this. I like Tech.
I'm about to get you to predict Houston and finish 5th in the conference.
What's crazy with the Big 10 though? Or the Big 12, not the Big 10. I could make the case, or you could make the case that they're like 5th in the conference and they're still 8th in the country.
What if Kansas fills out the roster? You're going to put them ahead of Houston as well?
No, I won't. There's too many moving parts there. Although
if Kansas lands Stokes, you won't put them ahead of Houston?
No, there's still too many moving parts. They could be for sure, but I don't know. But I think BYU right now is the best team. Here's what everybody keeps saying, that BYU, there's too many pieces. See, I disagree with that. I really like their coach. I think he's really good, and I think the pieces fit. I think that's the other thing.
I have one major concern about BYU. Who are they guarding with that lineup?
Well, you got Wright. I'm sure he's fine.
Wright is fine. DeBonsa is a freshman. You can't rely on him to be really good.
You got Keita on the back end.
He's a good defender. He's okay, but they couldn't defend last year either. That was their problem. They're basically Alabama.
Yeah, but the thing about it though is that they've added a lot more players now.
But they're basically Alabama. That's what they'll always be.
How far
spread you out? They'll shoot a ton of threes.
How far did Alabama get this year?
The Elite Eight.
And how long did
after beating the living crap out of BYU?
How far did they get the previous year? Final Four, right?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. All right. All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is that they made BYU made the Sweet 16 this year, and Kevin Young does run great sets.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine offensively. I just don't know who they're guarding.
Okay. Well,
they're going to be flat out bad defensively.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. We shall see. What did Brogan just say? Yeah. All right. Brogan says counting on freshmen and a Cancer and Isaacs is far from a lock.
Isn't Arizona counting on freshmen?
Yeah. But again, Arizona's got the 10th best odds, not the 2nd best odds. That's my. Hey, all I'm saying is with Houston, again, there will be no my bad campaign because I think they're going to be closer to about 8th than 5. That's all. Oh, you guys forgot to include ASU in the Big 12 teams. All right, Kansas is obviously a total wild card in all of this. Listen, you get Stokes, you got Badinga, and if you got Peterson,
Kansas has talent. You never know with Kansas.
Yeah, you just don't. Yeah, you just don't know. Iowa State's going to take a big step back. Tech is really interesting. If Tech somehow gets Darian Williams,
by the way, Kansas has the 3rd best odds in the Big 12.
All right.
Who at 1,100, BYU at 1,600, Kansas at 2,000, Arizona and Tech tied at 2,500.
Interesting. I'm actually a little bit more bullish on Tech. I'm a little bit more bullish on Tech than. But if they got
to get Williams back.
If they get Williams back, then I'm very big on them. Because again, you got Toppin, you got Watts, you got Hans Christian Andersen, you got. Although didn't they lose the palindrome big man guy that had the 2 first names?
Federico squared. Yeah.
They lost him. Either way, it's a loaded conference, so I think we will leave it at that. Yes, Papa Shot, you're wrong. Brogan's awesome. I like Brogan. Okay, now let's pay a couple bills, and then we're gonna get back to a little recruiting. Then, hey, what do you Tech has no size with Williams. They got Toppin. All right,
they're another team though that doesn't really defend.
All right, well they're really good though. Okay, let's see here. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Talk about something that is really, really good. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Hey, Sheer, have you heard anything lately about it not being in Tucson?
It's definitely dying down. We've definitely done good work.
I feel very, very good because it is dying down, and that's something that I am excited about because this went on for way too long. This just it was just these sordid rumors that were just everywhere, and we got rid of them at least. Either way, they are in Tucson, as you know, and 50+ locally sourced landscaping materials serving residents and contractors. Check it out. Boom. Check it out. 50+ locally sourced landscaping materials. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, RJ's Frozen Cactus. Pre-game at RJ's, then ride there. We are going to have a fight night, a UFC fight night. Sheer has committed to coming on May 10th. This is true, Sheer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very excited about this. RJ's Frozen Cactus. Again, Sheer's going to be able to park in the parking lot, and because it's very large, and 100+ craft beers. We should see if we should get Ben One White to come out for this one.
He should, absolutely.
A UFC fight night. Ben's a big fan of the grappling on the ground.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So check it out. Pregame, and again, pizza, wings, beers, tacos, burgers, and more. And Ben One White might be providing his services as well there as well. So that would be very good. Check it out. Okay, Carter at number 9. Yeah, that's another thing. We need to be very clear about these mocks that some mocks are just total crap. Like I could put a mock out there. Like I get it. And I'm not beating up you, Tim, but who has Carter at 9?
A no name, I think.
Right. I mean, if it's a guy with 300 followers or some guy like me, it doesn't really matter, So no, there's no way. There's no way Carter's a top 10 pick in my opinion. I was talking about this with Brogan, and I hate to give Illinois any credit, but Will Riley is a better MNBA prospect than Carter, and I love Carter.
Probably better handles.
Better handles can do. Better handles can just do. Can just do more. Hold on. No ceilings. What is this? They are very valid. Not a no name. No ceilings. I had never heard of it. All right. Well, Nick, I'll take your word for it. But the what were we talking about here? It was good.
No ceilings actually isn't bad.
Yeah, but there was another one that had.
I didn't realize it was no ceilings. They're actually pretty good.
There was another one though that had him at like 35 though that Nick was commenting on, and I prefer to go with him at that one. Here's all I'm saying though. I think Carter is a longtime MNBA player, but if a dude like Will Riley is like the 16th pick, I think there's a clear differential between him and Carter. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah. Dan Thomas, that's not true. 6.5 points per game is not a top 10 pick. There's been a lot of top 10 picks that have averaged that. Now, Hal J says the real question. All right, now listen, we had a lot of people reach out about this. We are in preliminary discussions to open up AZ12 Prep Academy. We're pretty far along on this one as well, and we've already been served from different prep schools cease and desist orders because they're worried about losing all their players to us.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: we plan on cheating. I don't know how you cheat in the prep school world, but we plan on cheating, and we're going to cheat.
I mean, there is no cheating in the prep school world.
Yeah, we're allowed to do whatever we want. That is so. Again, and we plan on taking Nate Ament as one of our players because we need to get him into a good actual environment with people that can represent him properly.
He's going to college, but I get it.
Yeah, but no, Rick Barnes already knows about the move that's being made down here. Yes, exactly. He's Nate Ament wants to come back to college for high school for another year. Yes. So, I mean, I guess we're going to find out, but I don't believe Carter's going in the top 10. You and Nick can go with that, and I will.
I don't think he is either.
Okay.
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Now, they're generally not bad. No ceilings.
All right. I want to chastise somebody. Moving over to college. All right, but as far as I want to chastise the NFL scouts here for a second. If T-Mac drops to like 24, these guys are just dummies. Like I don't know what else to say. I was watching him today, and they're talking about taking some Texas wide receiver over him.
Golden. Yeah,
it's
true too. Here's what I don't know. Are they? There's always like one or two guys where everyone trashes before the draft to try to get them to lower to them. Later in the draft.
Yeah,
is that what you're doing with T-Mac? Like the teams lower in the first round are trashing him in hopes that he falls to like 20.
Yeah, but
it makes no sense. It makes no sense, Mike.
Here's what I just don't get. Besides butchering his name, which isn't difficult.
We're talking about Tet right now, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Tet McMillan. Gosh. See, this is all crap. Joseph said Schregler says there's concerns of T-Mac's love of the game because he played volleyball.
No, it should be the opposite. It's good that he played other sports.
Yeah, I see that too. And here's the other thing too. Did you not watch his film? Did you not watch this man? And on top of that too, he also have a guy that like he ran fast enough. He has no character concerns. They're trying to turn character concerns into this. This is the epitome of a solution in search of a problem.
It's stupid. If I was like the Broncos at 20, I would keep it coming. And hope that he falls to me and rob everyone else.
No, because I'm looking at it though. You know what this is a lot like? This is a lot like last year where before the season, when everybody tried saying that Luther Burden or Luther Burden or whatever his name was better than T-Mac. Well, after like 2 games, people realized he wasn't. T-Mac is the best wide receiver in the country. It is.
I'm looking at your man's and where he has.
Walter Football. Yeah. What do we got? Walter Football
12th to the Cowboys.
I think that's fine, honestly. But
I think that honestly is probably the most realistic pick right now.
Yeah, and he and I think he'd be. I think the Cowboys are a dumpster fire. I have no clue, and rooting for the Cowboys would be very difficult for me. I don't know how some folks do it, but you're going there. You get, and you know what you else you get as well? You get the guy, the king of empty stats in Dak Prescott, that is going to get you so many yards when the game is out of reach. It's going to be good.
So I'm looking now. Schrager has T-Mac to 19 to the Bucks. Okay. Bucky Brooks. I don't know who that is. NFL.com has him 18 to the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Chris Sims for NBC has him 20th to the Broncos. Vinny Ayers from Sporting News has him 8th to the Panthers.
All right.
Dane Brugler from the Athletics has him 9th to the Saints.
Yeah, I don't.
Piper and Field Yates have him 25th.
Yeah, they're idiots. Who is the other one that has him at 25th?
Field Yates and Mel Kiper's combine. Daniel Jeremiah, your boy, has him to the Chargers at 22.
No, and what is Walter Football?
12th to the Cowboys.
All right. Yeah, anything on the 25th, you're just you're just being a total moron. So would you agree with that, Sheer?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
Now Big Jonah probably going to go in the 2nd round.
Yes.
That one's surprised. I thought he would actually rise up boards, not fall down boards.
I think injuries, maybe. I don't know. He didn't have a great year last year.
Yeah, but I don't, honestly, man, I don't put anything on play.
I know, but the NFL does.
Yeah, I mean, last year was such a mess. Last year was such a dumpster fire that I can't really sit here and really complain about anything. Now, I am warming myself up a little bit here to look at this, Joseph. Oglesby ruined Jonah's stock, and Skier still loves him.
I don't love Oglesby.
Joseph, that's not fair. In all fairness, I said that yesterday. I said I have major concerns about the offensive line coach, and Shear said, "Yeah, that's more than fair." So
yeah, I don't love Oglesby at all. I'm the one that actually said that I was surprised they kept him.
Oglesby does nothing for me. Let me ask you this: Is it a good thing? Yeah, Shear, stop typing. Is it
for you?
What is it a good thing if Arizona's offensive line is better next year, considering that
it's going to be better?
So you lose.
Let me rephrase.
But that shouldn't be
going to be visually better because they have a smarter offensive coordinator who isn't going to try a power run game with an offensive line that can't block.
Or the delayed handoff in the power run game.
So I don't know if it's going to be better, but I know it's going to be smarter in how it's used.
Interesting. Yeah, I think you're probably right on that one. But I mean, I would hope anyway. But last year was an atrocity. I don't put anything against Big Jonah. By the way, if Arizona, let me ask you this: Arizona gets obviously you have a 1st round pick this year in T-Mac and last year in Jordan Morgan. Are we becoming NFL 1st round U?
Look. All I'm saying is you may not come to Arizona to win games.
Mm-hmm.
But if your priority is going to the NFL,
we can get you to the NFL.
Get you there.
Yes, I mean I have a hard time. I have a hard time sitting there and saying it's not
multiple guys on this again may not win games, but I can tell you multiple guys on this roster that will make it to the NFL.
You know, let me ask you this. Let me add the MNFL. Yes, the MNFL. Let me ask you this. Do we Genesis Smith, we need to keep this stretch going. We need Genesis Smith to be awesome this year so we could have a 3rd straight year of a 1st round pick. And if you had a 1st round pick for 3 straight years, Sheer,
suck it, Alabama.
Yeah, no, at that point, then I think that becomes a real recruiting strategy. Also, Jed, I was going to say, Jed, does Jed try to finagle his way to the draft tomorrow to take credit for T-Mac?
Nah, Brennan should absolutely be at the draft.
I do like one of my favorite things about Brennan, though, and I would do the same thing. So I don't.
No, it's recruiting. That's all that is.
When he's talking,
he's coached. It's facts.
Right. I mean,
he's coached 3 NFL wide receivers.
Right. I mean, so yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm just, that's all I'm saying. I just think it's cute how there. Well, Noah will be there. I wonder if Noah will be there.
I would assume.
So. Now, well, I want to talk about Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt because that does merit a mention. But also Pehoff, very good point. Pehoff is so smart. Pehoff is so much smarter than Joseph. It's not even close.
I don't even put the two in the same sentence.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I have hope for the Gen Zs because Pehoff so much smarter than Joseph. An oracle of knowledge where Joseph.
I got a little nervous last night, Mike.
Huh?
There was a receiver dinner last night, and I don't have the details, but there was a picture posted, and by one of the GAs, Caleb Moore, and Jeremiah Patterson's not in the picture.
All right, so I guess we should talk about this.
He hasn't transferred yet. He hasn't transferred yet, Mike. I'm just saying he wasn't in the picture.
Look at what Joseph lashing out like a beetle on his back. I hope you drop your phone on your face tonight when you lay in bed, Mike. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, now let's get back to but let's get some reads in here, and I think Ja'Cory Krosky merits a mention. What do we got? Oh, Aris Dental. You went by Aris Dental yesterday, Sheer, and you said it was a massive opportunity for you.
I had no idea it was so close to my house.
Right. Okay. So talk about it a little bit.
And Shelby I'm driving. I'm focused on the road. And Shelby starts screaming at me, Aris Dental, take a picture. And I stop in the middle of the road on a green light. I take a picture. And then I zoom in and make sure there were no tongues around the facility, no loose tongues. And Shelby says, it looks like we may be going to Aris Dental.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you got to go because you want to keep those things. That is the thing. You don't realize how much important a tongue is until you don't have it. Also, they are also, it's the daily urgent care dental implants at affordable rates. The championship package, $19.97, the championship package. You can ask for the Mike Luke package, AKA the championship package, and you will get an implant and a crown. Is that
a real woman in the picture?
I would assume so. I don't think
is she at Aris? You know what I'm saying? Like, does she work at Aris Dental?
Yeah. Well, we gotta get this woman on the show. We need to talk.
Exactly. That's where I was going with that.
We need to talk to this woman and ask her what were her thoughts as she's about to be euthanized.
Look at that smile. I mean,
euthanized. Anesthesia. Sorry.
You say she's Not only that, Aris Dental will euthanize you.
Yeah. No. They will anesthesia. Yeah. But either way, she looks very happy because she's. Either way, check it out. Yes, is she local? Who knows? Yeah.
That's. I mean, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
It's your mind.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Yes. Yes. All right. So, TucsonTeeth.com, TucsonImplants.com. Land the man with the master plan. We like land. And Bridge Tech Communications. I just came from the gym. I am getting buff. And guess what? They can help. That's because Bridge Tech Communications was probably helping them out as far as getting their message out there. 750% average ROI, Sheer.
Wow.
Very good. Yes. I don't know what else to say. Here is the other thing, too. They promote 100 plus health entities across multiple states, health, wellness, spa, you name it. They got it. BridgeTechCommunications.com, BridgeTechCommunications.com. Okay. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. I've been putting this out there for a while. First of all, I think Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt's going to merit his way onto an MNFL roster next year.
Yeah, he'll absolutely be on the roster next year.
All right. And again, I think that we should hold this man in such this, and I'm going to keep saying this. This man lied to try to get into the University of Arizona.
Look, Button Salmon died. Ja'Cory Krosky lied.
Yeah, but they both wanted the same thing.
But they both for the same thing.
But they both wanted to be able to get
Button Salmon died backing the A. Ja'Cory lied backing the A.
Well,
Either way, they were backing the A.
I mean, I'm going to tweet out that. Do you think I should tweet that out later?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to say, listen.
You should definitely compare Button Salmon to Ja'Cory Krosky.
Yeah, I mean, John Button Salmon, he literally, let's see, maybe last year was attributed to building the office.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah,
I'm still not going. I mean, he would have helped, but I'm not going that far.
No, it's a good point. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Great point.
Mr. Cello, very great point, Mr. Cello, the great Mr. Cello. We accept JCM as ours if he's good. We have the ability to dump him if he's a putz. Yeah, didn't we just say that he's New Mexico's? We didn't want him.
Yeah, I don't see the issue here. He's a Wildcat through and through.
He's a Wildcat through and through. He claims the U of A. He backs the A. That's pretty much all when they told you.
He's not practice during camp. You don't do that if you're not a Wildcat. He won the visitors.
Great, Nick Arenas, such a good remark. When they told Ja'Cory that he couldn't play, he said, "Tell the team to bear."
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, so we all claim Ja'Cory Krosky merit. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
We claim him to Ring of Honor. I mean,
no, let's not go too far.
But that's open for discussion.
Not out of the picture. Though.
That's not out of the picture.
Look, if he goes out and runs for like 1,000 yards here soon, yes, Ring of Honor.
Okay, now, so looking ahead to the 2026 draft, because that's what we do around here, because we expect first round picks here.
Yeah, obviously.
Genesis Smith, is there anybody else that we could see hobnobbing their way into the first round if everything goes perfectly?
Let's see, Genesis Smith.
Ty Buchanan.
Huh?
Ty Buchanan.
First round? Nobody. I thought you meant just drafted in general.
Oh, I think Genesis could be.
I love Genesis. He's good. That's my guy. I found him.
Oh no, that's crap. I told you from the time he was a sophomore that you guys had him way underrated at 24/7. I did.
Mike, he's a sophomore last year in college. What are you talking about?
He's a sophomore in high school, though.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I certainly did.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Here's why I don't listen to you, Mike. You think every kid to ever play any sport in Arizona is underrated?
That's not true.
It's pretty close. Cody, get in here. Remember the numbers you told us that Cam Denson would put up at NAU?
Remember this. When you start throwing spells at me and these terrible rumors, remember this.
I'll never forget the Cam Denson thing, though.
I posted on your board, Shearer. I posted on your board. Listen here, young man. I posted on your board 7 years ago an Arizona prospect to keep an eye on, and that was sophomore year, second semester, Evan Nelson. I was right.
Yeah, for what he wasn't good enough to go to Arizona at the time.
Mike thinks any above average Southern Arizona player is going to be amazing.
No, that's garbage. How about Elijah Rushing? I said from day one that Elijah Rushing wasn't very good.
Well, that's because you had a personal beef with him.
No, I knew he would know. That was before that. I have no beef.
You think this dude at Pima is going to be the #1 point guard in America next year?
No, I said he'd be better than Conrad.
Didn't Mike once say that Medford was going to be in the NBA?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes. You told us that Cam Denson and NAU would catch for 2,000 yards.
I take the L on. Cam Denson, I take the L on. Very clear, very, very bad L.
Yeah, we'll end this conversation really easy. Are you partial to local / in-state players?
No.
Mike, come on.
Elijah Rushing was considered the best pass rusher in the country. And I'm
texting Brogan right now.
No,
this is BS.
And I told you, I said Elijah Rushing's not that good. And I've turned out to be right. And how about when I said Will Height was better?
Mike, come on, man. It's not a big deal. You like in-state players.
Explain Rushing to me then.
Because you and his dad hated each other.
No, dude, I was saying this for 2 years. I was saying this for 2 years that he wasn't that good.
Mike, you are partial to in-state players. It's not a big deal.
I called Rushing.
It's 1 out of 80.
No,
it's not a big deal. You're partial to in-state players. You back the team.
He also wanted that kid that went to South Point that went to Pepperdine.
Yeah, you thought Majuk was the greatest player of all time.
Oh, now you're just lying.
You thought Majuk said, quote, Majuk is one of the top players I've ever seen.
Now you're lying. Okay.
Hold on. We have one more.
The kid, who else?
The kid that went to Oklahoma.
He's not in state, though.
Who?
Bijan Cortez.
He's in your heart. He's in your heart, though.
Yeah. You lied to Bijan Cortez. You ruined that kid. Here we should tell people what a terrible person Shear is.
You told this story before, and I saved Arizona because that kid sucks.
No. Arizona reached out to Bijan Cortez, and Shearer promised me, he said, you can write an article about Bijan Cortez if Arizona reaches out. They do. I get the interview ready, rocked and rolled. I am texting back and forth with Bijan Cortez, and then Shearer said, nope, not going to do it.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it. And you know what? Bijan Cortez just finished up his college career, averaging 6 points at Wichita State. You're all very welcome.
Mike was right about Bijan Robinson. Damn right. Okay. Damn right. All right. We will be back with you tomorrow. Sure, where can they find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com and the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby. Also, 24 hours, 50% off. Wildcat Authority. Get it done now.
Get it done. But yeah, you get it done. It's worth it, but they might log you out a few times.
You're the only one that has this problem.
No.
I'm not logged out.
Yes. Joseph, did anyone doubt Bijan Robinson? Hey, if you're listening, if you're to listen to Andy Morales, nobody believed in Bijan Robinson except him. Yeah. That was one of my favorite tweets. I love when he's we would always put out. He said, "I remember when everyone thought Bijan Robinson was just Tucson good."
No one
stood against them. The only one I know that said that was Chief.
Yeah. You know who didn't think Bijan was good?
Who?
Kevin Sumlin.
That's true.
That's true.
He was drunk. We didn't know who he was.
He's looking at him. He's like, yeah, this ransom kid, get him out of here. These guys suck. Couldn't possibly do anything with them. But no, the attack your days like Justin Flo. Peace. All right, everybody, we will be back with you tomorrow, though. We will be, yes, Ed Bijan had great hair, Mr. Cello. All right, Sheer, Cody, we'll be back with you tomorrow. TTFN, you guys are great. Talk to you soon. Listen to the AZ12 podcast.